Alright guys, welcome to the Resident Evil Collab. If you are new here, please do leave a like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment below. Let us know who your favorite Resident Evil waifu is and why it's actually totally Chris Redfield. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you, thank you. You guys are gonna have to deal with Wispy's terrible narration, sadly this time. Now, for our next report. Over the past few days, a series of missing persons cases have been reported across the Ark. The central government has issued an official statement saying that the incidents cannot be classified as serial disappearances. They're pancake disappearances instead, you see. Click, click. Case number 1. Missing person, Miles Carter. That's a name. Male, 45, former commander. Oh shit, you mean this guy actually lived long enough to retire? That's actually impressive. 183 centimeters, 80 kilograms. I only speak in freedom units, so don't know how tall or how much he weighs. Sorry, guys. Last seen leaving his home around 11 p.m. His daughter filed a report with the ACPU 2 days after his disappearance. Notable information. Lost his leg during an operation on the surface and has a long history of alcohol abuse. Oh my. Recently began counseling at urging of his daughter. Those around him say he's been showing improvement and was 2 months into sobriety. Hey, good for him. Counseling? Which counseling center? Confirmation required. Meanwhile, the rapture part discovered at the home of the missing person was said to be debris from a unit destroyed during the recent terrorist attack on the Ark. Okay. So we have a vague time point of when this happens. And the central government has declared that it is unrelated to the current missing persons case. However, some have raised suspicions of a cover-up fueling ongoing controversy. Click, click. Case number 4. Wait, weren't we on case 1? Whoa! Dude, Iris is packing some fancy garb. Holy moly. Anyway, so this is Iris Monroe. She thinks she's gonna be a big-time Hollywooder. Female, 68, a former nurse. Damn, she looks good for 68. 154 cm, 53 kilometers. Kilograms. Why did I say kilometers? Fuck. Here we go. Last seen around 10 a.m. leaving to attend to a gathering with acquaintances. At around 7 p.m. on the same day, her son filed a report with the ACPU. Damn, her son wasted no time with that. Authorities visited her residence immediately after the report was filed, but it was empty. Preliminary findings at the scene suggest the entire family has gone missing. Oh, shit. Case classified as a family disappearance. Notable information. No signs of forced entry. A rapture part was found in the basement. A gathering with acquaintances, unable to verify details. The rapture part was placed on some kind of altar, but for what purpose? Conspiracy theories suggesting that the groundwork is being laid for a second Ark terror attack, fueling widespread anxiety amongst the general populace. Understandably so. Click. Case number 8. We are literally going all over the place with this. Missing person, Elasaria 9. Female, 42, psychological counselor. 167 cm, 55 kilograms. Exact time of disappearance is unknown. Reported missing to the ACPU by her last client. Notable information. Operated a counseling center. Confirmed to be the same center where Miles Carter underwent counseling. Ooh, the plot thickens. Has a daughter named Depara? No contact with daughter as of yet. Also missing? Question mark. Why did the daughter fail to report her mother's disappearance? I feel like this needs to be narrated by Riker's, like, Believe It or Not, or like the Truth or Fiction show, whatever it was called. You know, the we made it up. It was all fiction. Like, I feel like this is how this should be narrated. This is no good. Polly puts the pen down. Oh. Polly's eyes shift from the case file to the computer monitor beside her. At the partition leading to the outer rim, a young girl glances around, then slips inside. The face of the girl captured on CCTV was Depara. It was unmistakably Depara. I don't care if I'm saying her name wrong. As identified in case file for number 8. Steady. Hi, Steady. And Perty. Hi, Perty. How you doing? This is the only lead we've got. Can't afford to lose the trail now. Right. Can't afford to lose this trail at all. Polly grabs her sidearm. I hope it's nothing serious. She sets off from the police station. Packing some heat. Case number 9. Missing person. Polly. A CPU investigator. Went missing during the investigation. Confirmed last seen heading towards the outer rim. All signs pointing to her pursuing Depara alone. Notable information. When you ruffle her hair, she acts like a dog. Confirmed to have visited the counseling center operated by Elseria 9 on the day of her disappearance. The center is currently decommissioned. Entry is not permitted. Do not enter. Recently, a phrase has been reported to be circulating among the staff. Umbrella will pave the way forward for us. Right on time. Take a seat. I heard a D-wave was detected again. That's like the 3rd one this year. Yes. It was 2 weeks ago. A D-wave triggered by the entity codenamed Gatekeeper was picked up. Why does he have to say this in such like a... Like, we know it's Gatekeeper who does the D-wave stuff. We know. Why do we have to say it in such formality ways, man? 2 weeks ago, you said. Well, why the hell was I not contacted 2 weeks ago, then? Why wasn't I notified immediately? Me and Jeff McDude guy understand each other on personal deep levels. You see. 100%. We had to confirm a few things. That took 2 weeks to confirm. The D-wave wasn't detected on the surface this time. It came from inside the Ark. That's a little unusual. That's a little unusual. We are presently picking up D-wave signals from a mansion located in the Outer Rim. There we go. If we move too hastily, there's a risk of D-wave being exposed to external parties. This could reignite tensions with the Outer Rim, especially since the dust has only just settled from the last Outer Rim incident. As such, the central government has decided to handle this case with extreme caution. Which brings me to my point. Have you ever heard of the Torch of the Salvation? The Torch of Salvation? I've heard of it before when I was working a case helping that girl Depara, searching for her mama. Aren't the cult that worships the Raptures as gods? Well, that's a thing. Okay then. Praise the dodo! Praise the sun! It seems you're well informed. I'm like one of the coolest commanders in the Ark. Of course I know these things. I say as if I totally know these things. Take a look at this. Anderson hands me a document. The document reads, human life fails It says falls, but fails into oblivion, throwing the world into turmoil. New life has been created, a cruel distortion of all things sacred. Oh, somebody got the bad ending of Stellar Blade, I see. Okay. Merciless judges descend from the skies. Do not resist with thy feeble human strength. The end is nigh, God. Guide these foolish mortals to their reckoning. Is this a prayer? Where did... We recovered this near the mansion, where the D-Wave was detected. It's supposedly a prayer recited at the Torch of Salvation's gatherings. And also, that mansion has been identified as a gathering site for the Torch of Salvation. We shouldn't go charging in head first. But the zombies are coming up over the hill. We don't have time. We have to press A. Unless we want a complete fiasco on our hands. Well, that's my middle name. The most reliable method is to infiltrate their ranks by posing as a believer. Oh, so this is when we start playing the Smash Mouth song. Understandable. That's why we've spent the past 2 weeks gathering all available intel on the Torch of Salvation. Intel that will be used to help you infiltrate undercover. Oh boy, I love being able to cosplay as a cultist for Halloween. Wait. Huh? Your task is simple. Memorize the materials we've compiled. Disguise yourself as a believer of the Torch of Salvation. Now I'm a believer. Then, enter the mansion and investigate the situation regarding the D-Wave. While you're there, resolve any related incidents you encounter. You want me to go undercover? I've heard a lot about your infiltration skills. That sounds like a euphemism. Word is, you've used that skill to close the book on several major cases. We're counting on you to put those skills to good use once more. Just so you know, the counters won't be accompanying you on this mission. I don't get to bring my redheaded wife? No, I'm not taking it. Nope. We're not doing it. Nope. Nope. The central government can go deal with their own cults. I ain't dealing with this. Moving around the outer realm with such prominent individuals poses too great of a risk, but nobody will recognize my face. We don't gotta worry about that, I guess. Instead, we've arranged a separate support group. Return to the commander's room. You'll meet them there. They'll brief you on the remaining mission details. Deputy Chief, are you saying I don't get to bring my wife and 2 kids to the cult's meeting? Damn it! That'll be all. I have a very important meeting to attend. This guy's always got important meetings to do. I think he likes important meetings more than he likes me. Well then, I look forward to hearing good news from you. Is what it is. See? He said to meet them back at the commander's room, but it's awfully quiet in here. All right, chat, make some noise. Guess I'll just sit and wait. I sink into the couch, and everything Anderson just told me becomes flooding back. The D-Wave, the Outer Rim, the Mansion, the Twilight Zone, the Torch of Salvation. Never thought I'd hear that name again. A memory of something I saw on the surface hits me abruptly. A small altar in the middle of a clearing and a blade of unknown purpose. Sacrificial blade spotted. People lying on the ground as if they're asleep. Each one of them holding a rapture part in their hands. Well, that's worrisome. I realize I've been entrusted with a mission far greater than I anticipated. My mind is racing. Maybe a splash of water would help clear my head. Oh god, which Nikke is going to be in the shower? The sound of running faucet can be heard from the bathroom. Did I forget to turn off the water? If Rappy finds out, she'll freak out. Huh? My nose burns. I glance at the mirror and see blood flowing. Just like the people I saw near the altar back then. Whoosh. Blood fills the sink. Aren't you being a bit dramatic? I thought you'd be used to this by now. I have seen Castlevania. I love Castlevania. Castlevania 2 was my very first video game. What the? Hey, you okay? The blood that filled the sink has completely vanished. I glance back into the mirror again. D and K are standing behind me. Oh, bro's having hallucinations like he's playing PT. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm fine. So, you all are the backup Anderson was talking about. I mean, if they want to play the game and want to support the streamer with the bits, I don't mind it. Now that I know what the sound is, I can just, you know, I can like note it and be like, oh, okay, now I know what's going on. We'll wait outside. Pull yourself together and come out when you're ready. As missing persons reports continue to pour in, the central government has stated it will take firm action against those who spread false information. After washing my face, I step out and see the news is on. Dee is leaning against the wall with her arms crossed. Kay is sprawled out on the couch. Dee should have showed up in her wife outfit, I'm just saying. They're watching the news, both with a grim expressions. These days, all you hear on TV are stories about people going missing. I was told to get the mission details directly from both of you. Blah. Read that first. We'll talk after. Dee tosses a stack of documents onto the table, then glances back at the news broadcast. Looks like I won't get a word out of her until I'm finished with the entire pile. At the very top of the stack of documents reads, Case number 1. Missing person, Miles Carter. Guess I'll take a look. 80,000 years later. You're a fast reader. Now, tell me, what exactly is happening in the Ark? As the question hangs in the air, my eyes remain fixed on the last page of document. Case number 9. Missing person. Holy roly. The central government's trying to keep it hush. But, as you've just seen, there's a string of disappearances inside the Ark. The missing persons are all of different ages, genders, and backgrounds. One of them is even a Nikke. At first glance, there doesn't seem to be any obvious link between them. Kay slides a document towards me. Case number 8. Missing persons. Elysia 9. Yeah, we know about this. Big EP might fall asleep in a bit. No worries, man. Thank you for your lurk if you do fall EPs. I appreciate it greatly. According to the central government's records, Depara's mother, Elysia 9, was involved with a cult called the Torch of Salvation. Oh, I see. So I poked around the counseling center she ran. It turns out every single missing person is somehow connected to the place. For example, this guy, Miles Carter. Turns out he was going there for counseling. Iris Monroe used to work there as a nurse. Not only that, that's enough. You don't have to spell everything out. If you say so. Anyway, here's the bottom line. Every one of the missing is tied to Elysia 9. Which brings us to the problem. She's part of a cult that worships raptures. So here's where the D-Wave is coming from. The first person to go missing, Miles Carter, vanished 2 weeks ago. Strangely enough, we picked up the D-Wave coming from the Outer Rim 2 weeks ago as well. right at the mansion where the Torch of Salvation holds its gatherings. Something about this reeks, wouldn't you agree? So the missing persons case, the D-Wave, and the Torch of Salvation, there's a chance they're all connected? That's right. This mission's a lot more complex than the last. We've got to figure out why the D-Wave is being detected from the mansion. Get to the bottom of it. Get to the bottom of how it ties into the disappearances. Verify the identity of all the missing. And on top of everything else, rescue them if possible. Naturally, if we uncover anything villainous from the Torch of Salvation while we're at it, we'll have to decide whether or not to eliminate them. Simple enough. So the Torch of Salvation's our target this time around, huh? That's what we're told. As usual, you and D will handle the infiltration. Just pose as a married couple who have been brainwashed by the cult and attend one of their gatherings. Sheesh! You guys ready? Let's go! And what'll you be doing? I'll go solo again this time. I've got a bad feeling about something. So I want to look into it first. Alright. Now, you've been briefed on the mission. Plop. Start by memorizing what's written there. Dee tosses another stack of documents onto the table, then turns back to the news broadcast. Once again, it seems she won't say another word until I've read through everything. Just from skimming through, it looks like this is the backstory for the couple we're supposed to play. You want me to memorize all of this? I'm off to handle some stuff. Let's give this our all. Have fun, lovebirds. In the name of justice. A mansion, not a church. A little different. They're husband and wife. Both of them come from the quotidian class and have been living a fairly uneventful life in New York. Annette works as a nurse. Whoa! On the other hand, her husband... Speaking of which, what alias should I use this time? William, I believe you should be able to come up with something on your own. Sorry, go on. Her husband, William, is a researcher at the pharmaceutical company. I can't get away from it even when I'm streaming. I can't get away from it even when I'm streaming. For those who don't know, I work in a pharmacy. Despite the couple's busy schedule, they never forget to shower with each other. Wait, what? They never forget to shower each other with attention. Oh, I thought they meant like showering together. They always coordinate it. Oh man, now I'm actually disappointed. That would have been awesome. Everyone around them speaks highly of how happy their marriage seems. Wow! You're home! You must have had a long day. Yeah, you too. You must have had a long day yourself, darling. Not at all. Oh, what's that, honey? The flowers are absolutely beautiful. Right, yeah. The flowers. Cusco's flowers. The flowers that were meant for Cusco. I thought of you on the way home, so I picked them up. Thank you. She loves nothing more than flowers from her husband. That part of the script never seems to change no matter what role I play. It's because she likes flowers from you, dumbass. It's not hard. It's not hard. Great idea. Now. Honey, it's nothing. Then, one day, calamity befalls the couple. A medical accident occurs at Williams Pharmaceutical Company. Oh God, the humanity! All of the blame is pinned entirely on poor William. The Resident Evil people in chat have now perked their ears up. The couple suddenly become buried in debt, and their idyllic life collapses overnight. But do they still shower together? That's the question. Despite this, Annette never blames William. Oh, what a nice waifu! Instead, it's alright. What happened wasn't your fault, honey. It's the world that's gone crazy. Don't worry. The judges will be sent from above to guide everyone towards the end. They begin to blame the world for turning its back on them. Soon, the couple become devoted to the torch of salvation. With their faith deepened, the couple decide to attend a gathering purportedly being held. Like, I expect that to say reportedly, and then it didn't, and so then I had a moment. And we're going to the certain mansion. Thus, they quietly head to the Outer Rim. They even bring a bouquet of flowers, hoping to be welcomed as initiates into the faith. The residential area near the mansion, is eerily quiet. It's rather unsettling. It's like there's no one around at all. Only pages filled with prayer scripts are scattered about. There's no sign of life anywhere. When Kay and I were digging around, this area was crawling with cultists. So, what now, darling? Let's start by checking out the area. Given the situation, I think we can drop the act. Damn it. So they're not showering together. Damn it. Dee and I split up to look around. While there are signs somewhere... Odd. Reading. While there are signs someone was living here recently, the place itself is completely empty. The only thing worth noting is some sort of graffiti has been scrawled all over the walls. Is that an umbrella? Why would someone draw something like that here? Does it mean anything? I stare at the umbrella graffiti for a while, but it offers no answers. I do a lot of think-thonking, and nothing happens. I turn my head and see the mansion looming in the distance. From the moment I saw it, the mansion felt like it didn't belong in the Outer Rim. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. They're depriving us of DX Commander! What's a perfectly intact mansion doing in the Outer Rim, you ask? Beats me! Fuck if I know! A strange rumor has been spreading in the Outer Rim. Locals warn of others not going near the mansion. Stay far away from the mansion unless you want misfortune to come your way. That's a pretty good reason. Maybe that's why it's still so intact. This place gives me the creeps. Maybe I should head to where Dee is. Pretty sure I saw her heading that way earlier. Freak! Dee! Are you here? Slide. Bang. Sorry. I heard. Didn't realize you were changing. I am slipping into something that'll be easier to move around in. No point in pretending that we're a couple at this point. We just saw boobies. So, did you see anything? Did you mean on you, or do you mean the graffiti? That's a really, really vague statement. I'm gonna need you to clarify that. Okay, they mean the graffiti. Okay. I noticed some strange graffiti drawn all over the place. But other than that, nothing unusual. Nothing out of the ordinary? That makes all this even more suspicious. I like how the umbrella graffiti isn't suspicious to them. They're like, oh yeah, that shit just must be a Wednesday or something. I hear a door open behind me. Dee has changed back into her usual outfit. Doesn't look like there's anything else to learn here. Let's head to the mansion. With any luck, we might find some sort of lead there. Target located. Keep up your end of the bargain. And I'll do the same. The mansion is heavily guarded. There's no way to sneak in. That sounds like a dare. The only way we can get inside without causing a scene is by reciting the prayer to prove we are believers. Memorize all of this from top to bottom. And don't even think about complaining. Yes, ma'am. I spent the whole night memorizing everything, just as Dee told me. Unfortunately, I never got to use what I memorized. Womp womp. Oh shit, this place is fucked. No, not my Nikkei statue! Contrary to what Dee told me previously, getting into the mansion ended up being extremely easy. We just punched down the door and said, you know, boom baby, and here we are. Especially since there wasn't even any security. Much like the residential district, the mansion is deserted. Aside from the ominous creaking of the floorboards underneath my feet, absolutely nothing else could be heard. Looks like this place is empty too. Kay and I scoped out the mansion surrounding only 2 days ago. What the heck happened between then and now? Did they catch wind of us snooping around? Hey, D. But if that was so... D. It seems whatever I'm saving is now not even going to get through to D. I leave D to her thoughts and start surveying the lobby. In the center of the lobby, I step carefully past a shattered chandelier. Phantom of the Opera happens. A spot a half-destroyed statue of a goddess. Not quite your ordinary house, that's for sure. The moment I approach the creepy statue, I notice a long trail of red stains stretching down the hallway. D, you might want to see this. The trail of blood leads straight to the dining room. What a mess. You can say that again. The dining room is in complete disarray, with rotten food scattered everywhere. Yet the foul stench lingering in the air was not coming from spoiled food. It was coming from something else instead. Or somewhere else instead. I feel the pain on Siren's banner, except I went 230 plus. Oof. I managed to get Siren in 2 copies. And I haven't been able to get her 3rd copy just yet. Oh my god, Commander! Can't a cult have hobbies? No. Claire is free, so you don't have to worry about trying to pull for Claire for the bloodline. I'll go check it out on my own. No, let's go together. We're supposed to be married for this. The blood trail winds past the dining table, stopping at the shelf in the corner. And at the end of the trail, there's a corpse. I mean, I kind of saw it coming. The bodies have been horribly mangled. The blood hasn't even dried yet. It's clear it just happened. What in the world is going on? Suddenly, I feel something cold press into my back. Lower your weapon. It's best you don't do anything foolish. That is, if you want to keep him alive. Identify yourself. FBI. But I suppose you wouldn't know what that is. Sorry, but who I am is classified. Here's a friendly tip, though. Stop asking questions and get out of here while you still can. Hmm. 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 Miranda, are you alright? Huh? Yes, of course. I was just doing my usual firearms check. At this hour, the workday's over. The ACPU works for our citizens around the clock. How was that? Did it sound cool? Not really. I don't think that's something you should be saying in this situation. Is that so? Cherish your gun like you would a loved one. What about that? This doesn't quite fit the situation either. Oh, really? Then, darn, this isn't good. I'm officially out of excuses. Hang on. You're not planning on waiting until I'm off duty and then heading to the outer rim, are you? The boss already told us. Since there's no way HQ is ever going to authorize an investigation, we've been told to stand by for now. But you're still investigating, aren't you, Query? Well. Query quickly shuts the file folder she's carrying. The document she was reading is labeled Case Number 9. I can't sit by and do nothing. I'm sorry, but I have to head out to the outer rim to find Polly. But we'd be defying orders. Gonna break authority! Let's go! Fine by me. After all, she's a phantom thief, remember? I remember. Does chat remember? I remember. I've gotten used to filing disciplinary reports. 10 pages. I mean, 6 pages. No, 3 pages. I can fill that out in my sleep. I think we'd be in for more than just a disciplinary report. Oh, even better. Then I won't have to write one at all. This girl, man. This girl. No, what I'm saying is, besides, Polly would have done the same for us. Query turns to the whiteboard placed in the corner of the police station. Her vision is too blurry to make out what's written on it. But the photo of Polly pinned to the center of the board stood out perfectly clear to her. Alright, I'm off. Miranda. Yes? I'm coming with you. But you can't see, girl. So, what's our first course of action? Are you asking me? It's just you and me, so who else would I be asking? And no more jumping out of the shadows like last time, okay? It honestly scares me to death when you do. So what you're telling me is you came out here without a plan. Well, this is where Polly's signal was last detected. Why don't we start by searching around this area? Also, is it just me, or does this place seem kind of creepy? There isn't a soul around. Hey, do you see that? There's a mansion over there. Let's check it out. This is the ACPU. We're coming in. Miranda yanks open the front door and strides in confidently. We really shouldn't be barging in like this, Miranda. As the front door opened, a courtyard came into view. What's that? In Query's hazy field of vision, 3 fury shapes appear. Not furry. Fury. By the way, why doesn't she just get glasses? Polly? Grrr. Huh? I guess it was furry. That's not Polly! Run! Bow bow. dogs lunge towards them. Their eyes glow sinister red, as if infected by something. Where did they come from? Bow, bow. Ugh. Just as the large one opens its jaws. Hell yeah, the ladies are here. Two women appear from behind. It's your RE PTSD Wispy? It is. Bow bow, yo. One of them fires a launcher into the air, causing the dogs to flee in the distance. You okay? Thanks a bunch. But, who are you? I should be asking you the same thing. What the hell is this place, and who are you people? Hold the door. We've got to keep them out. Oh, okay. Damn, another mansion? Am I caught in a nightmare? Ow! Don't worry. I just pinched my cheek and it definitely hurt. That means this is not a nightmare. Good job, Miranda. Good job. I'm proud of you. Sad we had to run into Ada and not Claire. If you're still not convinced, I can pinch your cheek too if you like. Jill's face says it all, man. That's so thoughtful, I'm tearing up. You're most welcome. Can we save the banter for later? Ugh! Bow, bow, bow! The violently shaking door finally stops. Whew. I think they're all gone now. I thought the gunfire scared them off, but they brought friends instead. If we had arrived any later, things could have been a disaster. Yeah, that was too close for comfort. Anyway, now that things have calmed down, let's get some proper introductions going. I'm Claire Redfield. I'm Query from the ACPU. Thanks for your help. And this here is... I'm Miranda, also with the ACPU. The ACPU? That's right. We're the police, safeguarding citizens' safety. That's what the ACPU does. So, you're both police officers. Then, have you heard of a man called Chris? She's still looking for her brother. He's my brother. He works for the Raccoon City Police Department. I haven't been able to reach him, so I've been looking for him. The Raccoon City Police Department? Why is that? I'm not sure. Have you heard of that, Query? Yeah, this is like RE2. No, this is my first time hearing about this department. Same goes for this man, Chris. I see. It's a pity. Ahem. I guess that leaves my introduction. Oh, yeah. And you are... Name's Jill. Jill Valentine. Claire and Jill. Got it. Can I ask how exactly you two ended up here? Well... I realize how crazy this probably sounds. But I'm curious about that myself. Yeah, it's pre-boulder punching. Pre-boulder punching Chris. He hasn't quite hit the gym just yet. Oh? I was in a chopper getting evacuated from Raccoon City when everything went blurry. Next thing I knew, I was here. You too? I was trying to escape Raccoon City when everything started going blurry too. Before I knew it, I saw the two of them getting attacked. So where's Leon? I just reacted and sprang into action. What the hell happened to us? So to sum things up, neither of you have heard of Ark or the Outer Rim. And you've never heard of a Nikkei or a Rapture either? Nope. And on our end, we've never heard of this Raccoon City you say you escaped from. And it's the first time we've heard of Stars, the unit Jill belongs to. This is bizarre. Is it an adventure on top of it? Feels like I'm in a dream. A dream, you say? The offer to pinch your cheeks is still open. Thanks, but no thanks. Alright. If you change your mind, just say the word. Sure thing. Actually, there's one more thing. You've never heard of Raccoon City? I'm guessing Umbrella Corporation doesn't ring a bell either. Umbrella? I figured as much. Those dogs you were attacked by seem to be infected by a virus. That made me think Umbrella might be up to no good here as well. It's impossible to say for certain. But one thing's clear, something's definitely going on. So, Query and Miranda, what brings you to the beach? I doubt a pair of cops would be coming into an old mansion just like this for a social call. Is this related to a case? Well... Yep, that's right! We're here to find a colleague of ours who's gone missing. Her name's Polly. Missing colleague? Yeah, she was conducting an investigation and went missing around this area. You both are free to go. But with Polly's disappearance, and those dogs from earlier, I'd say it's rather dangerous, so we can escort you somewhere safe. You said Raccoon City, right? I'll check with my boss about this place, so don't you worry. What about you two? We still need to find Polly. You couldn't even handle the dogs earlier. That's because... It's fine. We'll stay and help you look for your friend Polly. Besides, by investigating this mansion, we might find out how we ended up here. There's gotta be a connection. Makes sense to me. This place is dangerous. We should stick together. I appreciate your help. I have no idea how we wound up here, but why don't we kick off the investigation from here? First off, where? It looks like we're in the annex. It says so here on this emergency exit map. Miranda points to a bulletin board on the wall. On the bulletin board, there's an emergency exit map as well as... Looks like this annex was used as a dorm. A dorm schedule. What kind of screwed up rule is that? What do they mean by ignore any child you hear calling for help? Oh. A list of dorm rules and regulations. And... isn't this... A notice stamped with an umbrella-shaped logo was posted up. Informed consent form for clinical trial. While I appreciate the free advice, the fact that you're telling me to stop asking questions and leave tells me you know something about what's going on here. Who knows? What do you think? I feel a gun barrel pressed against the back of my neck. Whether you know it or not, I just hope you're on our side. Sure, I'm on your side. As long as you turn around and walk out this mansion without a fuss. So, what's it gonna be? I stare at the corpse. The upper half has been savagely torn apart. No gun, or blade could have caused that. Which means something other than this woman was responsible. Something like a savage beast, maybe a wolf of some kind. Shh. Or something like that Rapture I just saw climbing through the window. Wait, Rapture? Am I the only one who saw that? Don't even think of distracting me with the strange comments. Gunfire. This way. Oof. As if on cue, Dee grabs me by the collar. Whoa! Chat, calm down. It's just two hot brunettes having a bit of a disagreement. Calm down. As if on cue, Dee grabs me by the collar and raises her axe to the woman's throat. You okay? Thanks for that. My neck's a little sore, though. Lower your weapon. Don't do anything foolish. You're pretty good. You're pretty good. But aren't you really bringing an axe to a gun party? Want to see who's faster? Even with the axe blade resting against her throat, the woman remains utterly unperturbed. Instead, she merely flashes a calm and confident smile. It's the same for Dee. Even with a gun pointed at her head, she remains as composed as ever. At this rate... Wait! Hey. My name is Jeff McDoodguy. I'm here to investigate a missing persons case. I have reason to believe the Torch of Salvation might be involved. Missing persons case? What about it? I don't know why you're here, but we could be after the same thing here. Maybe we can... Glass shatters as something bursts through the window. On one Rapture leg is the upper body of a mass-produced Nikke. Fused to something. What the hell is that? I've about had it with these interruptions. Follow me. And don't even think about using that gun. Unless you want more of those things showing up. The mysterious woman disappears into the lobby. Yeah. Oh, it's Larry from accounting! D. Let's follow her. Oh, she's mad. Yeah. Yeah. Sound fades away. We fled from the creature, making it up to the second floor of the mansion. Perhaps the stairs are too narrow, as it doesn't seem to be able to follow us up here. What is that? A monstrous fusion of Rapture and a mass-produced Nikke. Even at a glance, it's clear that the two were forcefully stitched together. The hellish appearance of that thing was a nightmare fuel. Suddenly, the woman reaches her hand out to me. What do you think you're doing? The woman ignores the axe pointed at her and gently brushes my back. I'm simply trying to pat him on the back. See? I don't have my weapon in hand. With a calm smile, she raises both hands slightly. Name's Ada. I got out of Raccoon City, but then everything went blurry. Next thing I know, this mansion appears, so I was investigating the area. Raccoon City? You haven't given me your name, by the way. It's D. That's it? Just D? Yes. D puts the axe away. Okay, fair enough. D. Easy to pronounce, I suppose. But honestly, don't you think your story has holes in it? You say everything went blurry and then this mansion appears before you? What does that even mean? I'm telling you, that's exactly what happened. My vision blurred, and this mansion just appeared. So you're saying, how many times do I need to say it? My vision blurred, and then Ada. So, you either have no clear memory of the circumstances that led you to the mansion, or you essentially blacked out and then you found yourself here almost as if you had been teleported. Is that how you feel? Both explanations pretty sum up how I feel. How did you know that? I knew it. She's a human from another world brought here by the D-Wave. I have a few guesses as to what happened to you. I explained to Ada what a D-Wave is in detail. Hi, Kay. So, what you're saying is, something called a D-Wave swept me up and dropped me into another world? And if I want to go back, we need to wake up something called the Gatekeeper? I'm the key master. This about covers it, yes. Are you even allowed to share all this information with me? What if I'm playing you in order to get intel? You were even quick to reveal your name and intentions. Aren't you being way too kind, Jeff McDude guy? Or are you just that naive? What if I'm the enemy? If you'd meant to kill me, you would have done that the moment we met. What if I'm just gathering intel while your guard's down, then planning to kill you after? Dee has my back. She'll figure something out. Figure something out. You must really trust her if you're willing to bet your life like that. You seem awfully calm about all this, don't you think? You've been teleported to a strange world and just saw a nightmarish monster, yet you didn't even flinch. You're not wrong. Let's just say we're both a bit odd then. At any rate, this clearly isn't the world that I know. Correct. Then, why is there... But it's that Umbrella Corporation is here too. Hi, Ball. What's up, brother? Ada points to the distance. In the space littered with the long benches, an altar with the Rapture Core resting at the top stands at the far end. And strewn across the altars are sheets of paper marked with an umbrella symbol. T-Virus Experiment Report. Top secret. Those are the words written at the top of the paper Ada is holding. Ada's face darkens as she reads through the document. The umbrella symbol on that piece of paper. You seem to recognize it. What's this Umbrella Corporation you mentioned? So I have a chronic injury called shoulder impingement syndrome. And so if I make too much of the same motion that caused the injury, it just basically, it inflames and tightens up, which thankfully it hasn't been too bad today. I mean, like I said, I'll need to sleep with the heat pad again, you know, just to preemptive it, but it's been much, much, much worse. Basically my ibuprofen has like wore off about 2 hours ago, so I should probably get some more. But if we don't deal with Mr. X, I'm gonna be so disappointed. I wouldn't expect it. I mean, if we do, it's gonna be in part 2, I think. How's the supersonic racing? The T-Virus and the G-Virus. Viruses. They're the names of viruses that spread throughout my world. The same viruses that drove Raccoon City towards utter destruction. What kind of virus would cause something like that? Put simply, they're viruses that can rewrite the genetic structure of living beings. They reduce intelligence and induce aggression. Those infected turn into mere living corpses. On top of that, their physical abilities are greatly enhanced. And Umbrella is the one who made the viruses? Yes. Umbrella uses the viruses for bioweapon development. Like that creature we saw on the first floor. A creature that seemed like a fusion between a rapture and a mass-produced Nikke. Wait, don't tell me. The situation is worse than I thought. Ada hands me another piece of paper. A short paragraph is scrawled across the top in red ink. He who imbibes the holy elixir of the judge shall shed the flesh of the sinner and be reborn as a greater being. Pain is but a prelude to transformation, and death the echo of new birth. Fear not. Neo-virus development complete. Lead the foolish humans inside the Ark to their end. Just as I thought, the virus was developed here. And now, what happened in Raccoon City is about to happen here as well. Jeff Madugai, I'm reporting this to the higher-ups. We have to seal off the outer rim immediately, or else there's a chance the virus could spread. And if needed, we'll mobilize the Blaze Out Squad. Blaze Out? Think of them as the Ark's Epidemic Countermeasure Squad. Without another word, Dee moves to the far corner of the room. She appears to be attempting to establish radio contact. My head is spinning from all of the new information I've been bombarded with. So, now that your girlfriend's out of earshot, would you mind having a little chat, just the two of us? Whoa, Ada. Oh. About what? I'll give you whatever intel you need. But if you find the person who developed the Neo-virus, hand over custody of them to me. That's all I'm asking for in exchange for my cooperation. You want me to just hand you the developer? You don't need to worry. I won't harm them. So, what's your answer? That info better be worth something. I'll take that as a yes. Ada reaches into her coat and pulls out an old worn notebook. Whoa, is this like the trench coat she's got in like RE2? What's that? Some quality reading material you should check out. It's the cult leader's journal. I open it carefully, revealing the following text inside. Death is not the end. Death is purification. The purification of this world begins with death. The merciless judge descends. Informed consent form for clinical trial. 1. Goal. To identify those worthy of salvation on the day of judgment. 2. Procedure. Participants shall receive the holy elixir of the judge through the purification ritual. The ritual will span 7 days and cannot be halted or abandoned midway. During this period, bodily reactions and transformations will be observed to determine the subject's eligibility for salvation. 3. Possible phenomena and side effects. High fever, vomiting, dizziness. Visual and auditory hallucinations. Temporary or permanent bodily mutations. All phenomena are deemed divine trials and cannot be defied by mortal intervention. I hereby acknowledge that I have clearly understood the information stated above and give my voluntary consent to participate in this trial. I humbly accept all outcomes arising during the process as the will of the divine. Signed by Miranda! Date. What day is it today? Get the date? The real question is, why are you signing that? Thank you, Jill. Oh! Because the signature was left blank. Huh? About that, Miranda often forgets to sign her patrol log, so Polly hammered her into her head to sign her name if the signature field is blank. Yep, Polly taught me that. Hold on, Polly. There's no time for this. We gotta find Polly. Resuming investigation. And there she goes. Despite how she is, I can assure you that she's a capable officer. Should we head in there as well? Hold on a second. There's something I need to check. Jill, look at this symbol. It's umbrellas, isn't it? First that infected dog attack, and now this. Not to mention the contents of this consent form. Hello? Yes. It seems like... Yeah, seems to me that Umbrella is behind this somehow. If it's something that's resulting in physical mutations, then this holy elixir of the judge might be another virus developed by them. So, Umbrella even has their filthy tendrils in this place. Tendrils, eh? Sorry to interrupt, but you keep mentioning this Umbrella Corporation. Would you mind explaining exactly what that is? If there's any chance it's connected to Polly's disappearance, I should know about it. Umbrella presents itself as a pharmaceutical company, but in reality, they repeatedly carry out illegal human experiments. They developed a virus that alters the human body and induces madness. What was that? I think it came from deep inside the annex. I'll go check it out. It's probably Miranda. She tripped or something, I bet. Sounds like things you don't want happen to your body. I would agree. I'll inform you if something comes up. Query, you and Claire stay here. And there they go. Is this almost the end? Oh wow, okay, we're almost at the end of part 1. Is Wispy involved with the Umbrella Corp? Oh good god, no. Are you kidding? No. That's too much paperwork. In the deep recesses of the annex in a storeroom. It is cluttered with miscellaneous junk, and in each corner of the room, a statue has been oddly placed. Meanwhile, in the middle of the room, Miranda lies half buried underneath a pile of books. It appears to have been a botched attempt to reach a book on the top shelf. You okay? Yeah, I'm fine. What happened? There was something tucked in this book. So I tried pulling it out and ended up falling over. I guess this was what happened when I was trying to get. Miranda hands Jill a worn out note. The note reads, "The prophet greets the judge. The merciless judge punishes the sinner. The sinner kneels beneath the false goddess. And the false goddess stares down the prophet in silence. The deceitful gaze invites ruin. Only the true gaze shall open the path." It's like some kind of riddle. Where did you say you found this? Hold on. You see that, Jill? There's a lever beneath the statue. I'll try pulling it. Wait, it could be a trap. Miranda pulls the lever beneath the statue of the goddess of victory toward the left. Clunk. The statue turns and faces the statue to its left. Whoa! The statue moved! This lever must control the statue somehow. She's definitely not the brightest bulb in the box, if you know what I mean. Hold on a minute. A statue of a goddess of victory. A statue of a hooded disciple. A statue of a menacing rapture. A statue of an ordinary man and woman. Each statue had a lever beneath it. All of these statues can be rotated. Maybe the direction of the statues are facing is connected to the riddle you found. I love that we had to force a Resident Evil puzzle into this! Oh! Miranda, don't touch anything. We haven't fully figured out the puzzle yet. I didn't move an inch. It moved on its own. Plunk. I meant the ceiling. The ceiling? The ceiling begins to cave in. The deceitful gaze invites ruin. The statue of the goddess faces the statue of the ordinary man and woman. Did we trigger a trap by turning the statue the wrong way? Miranda, quick! Pull the lever the other way! Turn it to face the disciple statue. Got it! Miranda pulls the lever of the statue of the goddess of victory toward the right. The goddess statue rotates to face the statue on its right. As the goddess looks upon the disciple statue, the ceiling halts its descent. We almost ended up becoming sandwiches. Well, chat, there you have it. A Jill sandwich. Very funny. That lever you pulled last made the ceiling stop. Does that mean this is the true gaze? Then the disciple statue must represent the prophet. The goddess statue represents the false goddess. That leaves the judge and the sinner. Typically, sin is represented by humans. Well, what should we do now, Jill? The prophet greets the judge. Man, this sounds like some BioShock Infinite bullshit. Miranda, could you flip the lever in the front of the disciple statue and make it face the statue with the four-legged machine? Then next, Miranda manipulates the levers according to Jill's instructions. Thus, the statue of the disciple faces the statue of the rapture, and they kiss. The statue of the rapture faces the statue of the man and the woman. And the statue of the statue of the statue of the statue faces the front of the room. And the goddess statue, in turn, faces the disciple statue. Is it done? Yes, for now. I'm still not entirely sure if this is the true gaze. Oh man, the last thing I want is to get squashed by the ceiling and turned into a sandwich. Would you kindly? You and me both. Click. Did you hear that? I'm pretty sure it came from near the bookshelf. The bookshelf begins to slowly slide to the side. Soon, a hidden passageway is revealed behind it. At the end of the secret passage, a tense alert Miranda and Jill come upon a laboratory. Oh shit. Unlike the mansion's decrepit exterior, the lab is equipped with surprisingly modern equipment. However, oh my. The corpses strewn throughout make it clear the research being conducted here was far from ordinary. All these bodies! Shattered oversized incubation tubes filled with the room, which various corpses with unnaturally developed muscles protrude. All the bodies are completely torn to shreds. Jill averts her eyes from the horrifying sight. In an area lined with multiple computer terminals, documents bearing Umbrella Corporation's logo are scattered everywhere. Damn it, even here. Miranda, we've got a survivor over here. Lead us. Did you say? Jill brought her ear closer to the researcher collapsed on the ground. Human life falls into oblivion, throwing the world into turmoil. New life has been created, a cruel distortion of all things sacred. Merciless judges descend from the skies. Do not resist thy feeble human strength. The end is nigh. God, guide these foolish mortals to their reckoning. The end. These foolish mortals, distortion of all things sacred, throwing the world into turmoil. End is nigh. Do not resist. Merciless judges descend from the sky. Do not resist. God, guide us. Our reckoning. Deged. The researcher collapses, blood gushing from his mouth. A gaping hole has been torn through the center of his torso, as if something had forced its way out from within. Oh god, now we have chest bursters. How fantastic. Alien has shown up to the party. So that's how things unfolded in Raccoon City. All because of a virus. An entire city wiped. Family, friends, loved ones, all gone. Vanished. Anyway, we can't let the same thing happen here. We need to investigate this area. Leave no stone unturned. I'm also worried about your colleague who went missing. It seems Miranda and Jill went all the way inside. Why don't we start our search here? Okay, let's do that. After that, Claire and Query begin checking the nearby rooms one by one. The pair discovers when they arrive at the third room, this is under the bed lies a weathered notebook. When Claire picks it up, a single photograph falls out. Seems to be a photo of a mother and a daughter. They seem to have had a close relationship. Having trouble seeing it? Want to take a closer look? Claire holds the photo closer to Query. The faded faces of a mother and daughter begin to come into focus. It's Elysiria 9 and Deparia from Case 8. Deparia? Deparia Department? Reborn evil. To be continued. Perilous siege. Safe house. I knew something felt off. Mission code 7-1 declassified. The Ark and a proposal for humanity's salvation. Within the Insular Society of the Ark, the activities of Perilous Siege proved remarkably effective. All traces of evil within the Ark were soon eradicated. However, evil is the darker side of the coin which must exist for justice to persist. Therefore, a proposal to maintain justice and oversee Perilous Siege has been drafted. The following is the tentative proposal. Formation of pro-Rapture radical group. Public awareness of Rapture continues to decline. The attached survey suggests this is due to the fact ordinary citizens rarely encounter Raptures personally. Therefore, pro-Rapture radical groups are to receive clandestine support. This is intended to foment hostility towards Raptures among the general public. So, he has a hand in this too.